As we know, some of us are still in the season of the feast days, and we are still celebrating the 10 days of awe, as it's called. And we've had Feast of Trumpets, Yom Teruah last week, last Thursday. And for me, I will be celebrating, or should I say, I will be observing the Day of Atonement, which is going to be on the 26th. And someone had spoken earlier and made a comment about the Day of Atonement and not necessarily being about fasting in reference to the affliction of your soul or your being, as I like to refer to it. So I wanted to point this out. It is in Nehemiah, which is also 2nd Ezra, and this is the 9th chapter. And so if you see here, they're doing it the 24th day of the month. Now we have to bear in mind, they, like we, are in they were in the land of their captivity, same as we are. So just like us, they didn't get it right either. At this time, they were getting back to the understanding of when, getting back to recognizing their feast days. But they still were recognizing them nonetheless. And so, as opposed to it being the 10th day, here it was the 24th day. So I'm just pointing that out. But the key again is they were still recognizing their feast days in their captivity. So up here is Feast of Booths. So things were a little bit skewered, if you will, for lack of a better term, because of them having to get back to their former ways of recognizing the feast days. So I wanted to point this out because here it talks about the children of Yasharal were assembled with fasting and with sackcloth and earth upon them. Well, similar to in other passages, you see references when they're about to fast or they're afflicting their beings, their souls. They refer to sackcloth and ashes. So the earth is another way they're afflicting themselves. Instead of using ashes, they're using earth. According to this translation here. So I wanted to point that out because, again, when we're speaking about the Day of Atonement, it's a time of reflection, of afflicting your being, your soul. And you are repenting. You are bringing yourself closer to the Father, reflecting on things within the year. You are trying to lament or show remorse, repentance. You're having a spirit of repentance during this time. And so they, here in verse 2, it talks about how they separated themselves from all strangers and stood and confessed their sins and iniquities of their fathers. So again, it's repenting for the sins of their forefathers and mothers, their ancestors, just like we do now, or we should be doing if we have that level of discernment, that understanding that this is something we should continue to do. And they read the word also, right in here. You see, they read in the Sefer of the Torah. So of Yahweh Elohim, 1/4 part of the day. So a quarter of the day and a quarter of the day they confessed and worshiped Yahweh Elohim. So I just wanted to point these out. Of course, Yah willing, I will continue on with Second Ezra, or otherwise called Nehemiah. And prayerfully, I will get all the way through to. It's a total of 4 books, which includes First and Second Esdras. So I will, again, Yah willing, be completing that. But I wanted to point this out quickly because it is very important that we understand we need to follow what's being said as we are doing our best to honor these feast days. And this is one that we definitely can honor. It's not where we have to sacrifice this or that, this type of animal, and all of these type of things. We can honor this because it's something that we can do within ourselves. The understanding that it's just a matter of reflection and spending quality time with Abba Yahweh, one-on-one. And this is also a very sacred time. And we really need to be honoring this time. So, with all that being said, have a great day, evening, wherever you may be. Shalom and shalom.